Last week on Flight Room TV.
Yeah, I'm normally a fan of the lyrical miracle rap, but you know what I'm saying, that was when I wanted to turn, I guess I was gonna say turn down, I guess, but not really. But you know what I'm saying, this was my favorite
ratchet rapper.
Yeah, this was my favorite ratchet rapper. Like, so you know, definitely
Me too, man.
a little disappointed.
Me too.
Sucks, man, brother. You know. Yeah,
man, I hate being reminded of this toxic ass shit, man. Damn.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah,
ghetto.
because like
the project Gateway, or also the Gateway Project, or also the Gateway Process, or it's a lot of names for this shit. It's kind of weird. But this is like a declassified CIA type project from like 1983 or some shit like that, where they're using psychics as mediums to like kind of like astral project to different places. Some people even said they projected themselves to like the Mars or like Moon. Or
why the fuck is it only rappers that be going out like this? I've not heard of a fucking R&B nigga, a fucking rock star, a classical music artist, a country music artist. Like only rappers get gunned down, like killed violently, bro. Like that's just not right.
They're here doing their dumb shit.
But the thing is, are we responsible as a people? Because we support this shit. So we actually give these niggas positive reinforcement to even do this shit. So it's like we be like, this is what people do. We be like, fill in the blank, gangster rapper. He's so gangster. Look, he shot, he killed him. He's the realest. And then when that nigga get killed, they be like, oh man, what's fucked up, man? Like why we gotta be killing each other? But then we'll celebrate a nigga for catching 8 bodies. You know what I'm saying? We're like, oh, he caught 8 bodies. He's the realest. And then the next verse, then when that same dude get killed, it'd be like, oh man, when we gonna stop the violence? Like we actually charge these niggas up. We give them the positive reinforcement to keep putting that energy out there. You know, at the end of the day,
reason they back.
We put back that the Kabbalion explains. Like this is literally everything in the Kabbalion. I'm telling you, this is all. All this shit is basically saying is like you create your own reality. So a person be like, oh, that's some magical shit. But it's like, nah, nigga, if you look at it from a perspective, it says the universe is composed of interacting energy fields, some at rest and some in motion. So it's like at all times, nigga, you're surrounded by energy. Your thoughts is energy, like you're creating like at all times. So it's like the when they say your thoughts create your reality is because you're pulling that energy from around you. You know what I'm saying? At all times, like it's always something going on. So it's literally the same attraction. The law of attraction, but this is explaining it like in a more, I guess, scientific perspective.
Right.
Literally
you're right though.
It's a breakdown of the law of attraction. That's basically what you were looking at right now.
But that's what OG wants.
First degree reckless homicide, use of a dangerous
some
weapon.
bullshit. That's what it looks like.
Shut up. Just let me read through the counts.
God damn it.
Count 2, first degree.
God damn it.
But you see how it's making you feel. This is what it's supposed to do. Count 2, first degree recklessly endangering safety, use of a dangerous weapon. Count 3, first degree recklessly endangering safety, use of a dangerous weapon.
This Rittenhouse shit.
First degree intentional homicide, use of a dangerous weapon. Attempted first degree intentional homicide, use of a dangerous weapon. Possession of a dangerous weapon by a person under 18. Failure to comply with
him
emergency.
Fucking crying and shit. It's
failure to comply with emergency order from a state or local government.
I don't want no tears. Told me though, it's like that's why you have to watch your thoughts and like how you speak and everything, because the universe is so powerful. That's the only job the universe has, is to make the shit happen that you thinking and saying. That's literally what it does. So that's why you can't be going into like, even when you say the slightest shit, it has energy behind it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how deep the universe that we stay in is. And that's how that's why I trip how motherfuckers don't think there's nothing beyond this, man. Like the universe, like we're the only ones just floating around in this motherfucking space that we don't even know everything about. That's like, that be tripping me out.
And people get so caught up in the now and not worried.
They get mad
like,
too.
What can you do for tomorrow? Like what
is being lost as black men? And it's like if we actually like just put it, in the perspective of children losing fathers, like if we actually was like young, like this man deserved to live because these kids need their dad. I feel like if that was like our overall perspective, then we wouldn't be taking these lives, these deaths like so lightly. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's going to be whole families affected by this. Kids, like
Facts.
Come on, man, like
on both sides.
On both sides. So it's like,
Shawty is a certified side bitch.
Oh,
lot
It's fucking embarrassing me like that.
Shawty is a certified side
Shut
bitch.
up.
Just trying to act like
Get
she
off
ain't.
me.
No, let's
Look
take
what
it
you
there.
talking about,
Her
side
parents know she my side bitch. Everybody knows she's a side bitch. She don't want y'all to know she's a side bitch. She got to save her face. She got to crash all the way out.
So is she
I don't
pregnant
know.
right now, or did she already
Nah,
had a
she
baby?
just had baby.
Phil and them was at CI's when he was at CIAA's, and they said over 100 shots rang out at him, and like for that shit to be
And
for
the
more than
bulletproof
4
Tahoe.
years. Yeah, and like you know what I'm saying, like he's for some odd reason I don't know what the reason is, and I'm not going to try to speculate on what the reason is, but for some odd reason he's had a target on him, and even still like the way Marcus was just talking about like how he made it from the ground up, like they said, and how reminiscent it is of this shit's wild.
In your hometown and all the shit's happening in your hometown. Why are you there, bro? Like people, you know. That's why Boozy said it. He left Louisiana. He live in Atlanta now, like because you know what I'm saying. Just like he even said, like if you're going to get killed or people that usually get killed, that you killed in your hometown.
That's true.
That is real though.
They grew up with you, and they can't stand that you made it. Like you know,
that's what it is.
They can't stand it. But if you out of town, like oh shit, I can't believe this shit, motherfucking I don't know. Nipsey Hussle is right here in Silver Spring. Let's look it up. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen there. But you know, at hometown, like a nigga that grew up is like, man, that should be me. I should be the one with the car. I should be the one with the Benz. I should be the one with the chains. I should.
You want to hear some real? I mean, but even for real, like.
But then you see shit like the baby behind the scenes. No, sir. The reality of the shit is, that shit is way more. But you got to keep up with that image. You know what I'm saying? When you're just making it all, shit is lovey-dovey, blah, blah. But behind the scenes, y'all really, doing like that shit is stressful for real. And it's not real, though. That's why you can't connect with it. And I think that's why people like freak out. That's why I'm like, bro, keep that shit private to y'all solid foundation, and then go ahead and go somewhere with it. You ain't always gotta, like it's a process with that shit. You gotta learn each other, know each other, become familiar and comfortable, boundaries, etc.
It's like a weird ass like. I don't know, like some trophy shit. Like if you the one that catch a rapper slipping, or if you the one to catch a rapper, you take his chain or some shit like that. Like that's some shit to hang up on the wall. Because it's like some weird like when people be like poaching animals and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
It is. That's exactly from like a spiritual, energetic perspective. That's exactly what it is. Because look at it like, okay, let's say Young Dolph's clout per se. He's up here. All this attention, all this energy, all these people paying attention to him. Now, if you was to steal that soul, that spirit that create all that energy, now it's like you didn't siphon all that attention towards you. It's like now I'm the one who took out the nigga. Exactly. That's like the ultimate version of being an energy vampire. Picture number 12, holograms. It says energy creates, stores, and retrieves meaning in the universe by projecting or expanding at certain frequencies in a three-dimensional mode that creates a living pattern called a hologram. What that sounds like to me is basically everything is a hologram. I mean, it's like our whole life experience is a hologram. It's like how we perceive energy that's going on around us. And it's like we retrieve that energy and then we push it back out. And it's like, here we go. You know what I'm saying? It's like us in physical form. You know, so is that
you think you got to do with niggas flexing all the time on the gram? Or you think that has something to do with it?
It can't be.
I don't think so.
I ain't never heard nobody shooting at Wayne. Nobody has never shot at Wayne.
It's like jealousy. It's jealousy. I think all this shit happened off of jealousy.
But niggas gonna be jealous regardless. Like even if you like
exactly. That's my whole point.
Every day.
Where's this coming from?
Give you something to hate.
Where's this coming from?
I agree with that. I do. Okay, from that perspective, I understand. But I'm just saying, like, if Young Dolph was in a music video with a fucking Lamborghini and like two big booty bitches, like niggas is gonna be mad, and they can just show that video every fucking day on MTV James. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be like, damn, look at this nigga with big booty bitches and Lambos. They're gonna be fucking mad. Come on, man. That shit ain't by accident that the only fucking man on the planet in the United States who's constantly being projected as getting killed is always fucking black men, and everybody just be like, like no, nobody gives a fuck. It's a whole music industry, $1 billion industry, a fucking prison, industrial fucking complex. All this shit is rooted in niggas dying. You know what I'm saying? A music industry and a whole fucking prison system.
And killing each other too. And killing each other.
That's what I'm saying. And then not even just killing each other, rewarding these niggas with record contracts for killing other black men. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck?
And carrying out
and continuing on to that point, also destroying the black family. Destroying the black family is the same.
You think it's gonna happen to him? You think he's gonna get
He
off?
getting off.
Yeah,
he getting off.
He's getting off, buddy.
He's getting off.
And that's
like, this shit is
getting
weird.
off.
Yeah, just watch it.
Weird. Y'all can't say, but why is it weird?
They can't refer to anybody as victims. They can only refer to them as rioters, looters, and arsonists, per the judge's orders. Like, regardless.
You know what I'm saying? It's like we're making this.
Yeah, right. Why attach you to the story?
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Don't
well,
attach
it didn't
your
happen
feelings
though.
to
It's
the
not a story about a black kid. It's two, all white casualties, all white victims. You know what I'm saying?
But at the same time, and at the same time, and I know I get what you're saying, but at the same time, it is a response to the Jacob Blake shit. It is a response to a black guy being shot and paralyzed by the police, and the defendant standing over the judge's shoulder with his defense attorney over his shoulder. And I've never seen that shit before,
buddy.
Like,
hey, I mean, to be,
don't
look
be
like
surprised when he get off. Don't be surprised.
Who's gonna be surprised?
Look at that.
Multiple times, Sean Porter is the litmus test. You know what I'm saying? Let you know if you got it. So if you beat Sean Porter, then that means you are, welcome to the gate of the elite fighters. Even though Terrence Crawford is already considered probably the best fighter in the world, it's still like something good to see Crawford go against somebody with a name that's got a lot of respect. A lot of people say Terrence Crawford don't fight nobody, so I think if he can beat Sean Porter in I guess what's the word, fashionable style, I think that convincing. There you go. That's the word I'm looking for. I said fashionable. Anyway, convincing. Yeah. If he can beat him in convincing, if he can beat him in convincing style, I think that would definitely garner the respect. The people who might be on the fence about Crawford, I think that would definitely.
Crawford really needs Sean Porter to know where he's at skill wise. Like, he has all the skill, the talent in the world. This is one of the only few fighters where I can literally see him fight one way and then the next round he'll switch to southpaw. So I'm
gonna say postpartum is real, and it's also
for sure.
It's also crazy to the fact that I don't know. I don't want to take sides, but it's also weird that the baby might have the biggest amount of money or whatever like that, but rather than just leaving and allowing her to be there or what have you, he tried to put her out on camera. And then also I don't want to say put her on camera, but it's also weird that they just publicize this shit. Like literally both of them niggas went live
on live,
to just air out to air out their laundry. Both of them. She went live and then he went live to clarify why she went live, and then she jumped in his live, and then they were just both on the same live and arguing back and forth.
And what's anybody gonna do through a screen anyway? Y'all the two in the room.
I agree.
Trying to deal with that shit. It's almost
you get likes. Man. You get likes. What you mean? You get likes.
maybe they were just being content creators.
And being transparent.
This is a reflection on you, bro. You. If she is your side bitch, why are you so you put a baby in your side bitch? What are you saying? I don't.
And
it's not.
And she posted. She posted many videos of this nigga like them niggas love WW and them niggas talking about I love you and
right. So you loving the side jump? Which one is it? Are you just saying that to get it under her skin? But how much of the hologram you can control?
Probably all of it, for real. Because you know how they say your perception is your reality, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's probably based off your your frequency, your megahertz.
It's
exactly. It literally is. It's all about the frequency you want. It's wherever you at and how you perceive and how you feel. But and our frequencies are constantly changing. I might feel one way in one moment, I respond this way, and if I felt a different way in that moment, I would have responded a different way because I was on two different frequencies. You know what I'm saying? So I perceived the situation based on the frequency I was on. So.
Damn. See that random thing where people was waiting for that JFK to come back from the assassination or whatever?
What?
Yeah, I swear it was random. It was probably last week or something. It was just a whole bunch of people waiting out there where he got shot, assassinated. He's supposed to come back, I guess.
Come
It
back
was a
from what?
protest in Texas. Was it Texas?
Yeah, it was in Dallas.
Come back from what?
You know, people don't believe he dead. Some people don't believe he dead.
Nigga,
and
that was
Tupac.
like 50
Oh,
years
jail.
ago.
Yeah.
Hey, Tupac too.
Y'all need to stop.
I didn't say I
man.
believe it. I just said they
Yeah.
say. That's what they say.
Yeah.
And you put a baby in her, like at least even if you despise that woman, you gotta give her that respect, nigga, because that's the mother of your child, regardless. Even if she is trash, you know, like, you know, don't you be the one to put her out there like that. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You think love is as far as the way that the movies project as a form of programming? And
Not
do you think
even
that do you think that affects our perspective on love and relationships?
Yeah, because I really feel like we believe and like it's projected to us that love has a certain power within it, like, and it grants you the shit you kind of desire. You know what I'm saying? Like, love is it is
explain to me
almost
how movies do that though. Like, how does a movie give you that like delusion?
Damn, because some movies is different. Because some movies the journey might be motivation into finding yourself, but love is what guided you through that shit. Like, you fell in love with this woman, but you had to straighten yourself out as a man, so you started realizing these things and you sharpened it up throughout the movie. Blah blah. Or it can be like a scenario like, you're fighting for something 300. You already had that love in your life, but you lost it. But this is what you about to leave your legacy based
It's
off
always
of.
about love or something. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
It could be like, you know what I'm saying? And even just like how it's just tied in the movies all the time. It's always like you expect, like you might just see at the beginning of a movie, a guy might look at a girl, it might be a look, and you'll be like, okay, it's gonna be something with them in a minute. Somewhere in this movie, you know, it's gonna be love or something, some type of attraction, some type of something. I feel like love be the basis of a lot of shit. And but look at the world we live in, so negative, so just like distracting, like it's so low frequent, but they show you in the movies how powerful love could be.
Women never forget how you treat them when they're pregnant and right after they have the baby. And so that hate that nigga is going to receive from the baby is going to receive from her for the rest of however is going to be real.
The baby or the baby?
Hey,
The reach. Sometimes you're reaching for you like the thought of some shit, but you don't like going through some shit to really get it. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Like the thought of something is more of a reality now than actually working to have that shit. It's almost like, yeah, the thought of you is great, but then like actually dealing with you in reality is not what I thought it would be. So it's not, you know what I mean?
It's tight as shit. Like we touched on this type of stuff in Overtime, NPCs, non-player characters. So the moment he realized he was a non-player character and he's part of like pretty much assimilation, he kind of freed himself, and that's what Free Guy is. Like he had the awareness to like break free of like the normal mundane activity on the day-to-day, and he realized he was in assimilation.
like, man, for real, like even making beats and shit, like sometimes I just randomly just get ideas and shit that just come to me, and I don't even know where the fuck this shit be coming from, but it just happens. You know, I'll be thinking, okay, that I'm just on a frequency where I'm receiving these. You know what I'm saying? It's the same
inspiration.
So sometimes you can't even explain inspiration. That shit just comes to you.
I used to feel like that when I used to like write verses and shit. I used to feel like
all the time.
Where this shit coming from? Yeah, I
feel like it would come from the beat though, because that beat is like a frequency, that is like a tune, a tone, and what you have for that shit, like that's why I always looked at.
But like you used to like pull like creation out of like then.
I know
that's what it feels
like.
You
created to that though, like that's what I mean. You like cater it to that. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
you never heard that. You never experienced that shit, but it's like that's what you have.
That nothing that pulling out of the air. That pulling out of the air that you're talking about. That's the void. That's the nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's you know, NPC is those random people. Like if you're playing Grand Theft Auto, it's like that random person just walking down the street, not really a part of the main storyline. It's just like an extra in the video game. So he's basically an extra in the video game who realized he was an extra in the video game, and then he became a major player in the game. So it's like kind of like that saying in life is like maybe if you step outside your comfort zone, you could probably, you know, make more of an impact on the world, I guess you could say. So I think that's basically what the movie was all about at the end of the day. And it's kind of true. We kind of touched on this before, but just our everyday 9-to-5 rat race kind of oppresses us and kind of keeps us from, like, you know, using the fullness of our potential. You know, it's life.
I read this book called 3 Magic Words, right? And literally it said, like, literally the chair you sitting on from the wall that you look at literally was what was once a thought. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It was in an unphysical first.
Right. It was unphysical. So that means, like, everything pretty much is one, nothing, and all the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy.
It's messages in there, of course. Like, you can compare it to the Matrix and anything with the character of the One, the second coming, the Messiah. All these things, even the special elements, the spice, if you will, in this movie.
Yes.
That was
the spice.
Yeah.
They do
Galactic North, Galactic South, our galaxy. Holy shit. Why does our galaxy look like a bell pepper though?
Hey, what if we live in a giant bell pepper? Hey, nah, but for real. Like, imagine we over here all mad and stressed out, and we live in a bell pepper all the time. Like, nigga, what if that's what, like, what makes life ironic? It's like,
I have to give it a 10. I have to give it a 10. That shit was dope. It was dope. Tell me the visuals were on point. The acting was on point. The action was on point.
But you need to stay away.
Everything was on point
before you.
All right, Pete. What do you give it?
I did.
Are you your own worst critic?
Gotta be.
I would say yes. I think everybody's their own worst critic.
Yeah, definitely.
You know how they be saying, like, your inner thoughts and, like, you know, that voice in your head that be talking to yourself. If you actually took that voice out and had that voice talking to you, you probably wouldn't like that person. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's like,
I would agree.
You know, that's probably the truth though. You know,
it's probably
what they call Keep the Devil in His Hole or something like that. So book Taming the Devil, something like that, where it's like those negative thoughts you have, it's like you actually have to train yourself to overcome that, because it's almost instinctual for that doubt and these negative, like, ideas to keep like almost like a lot of people when, you know, it's your ego, but your ego is always there. It's like your ego always wants to keep you in your comfort zone. So it's like whenever you start to, you know, go outside your comfort zone, that doubt starts to kick in, and then you have to overcome that doubt in order to, you know, achieve your goal or whatever the fuck it may be. But yeah, that's just, you know, like Nipsey said in that song, it's a book. You say you gotta keep the devil in the hole.
Yourself, right? I'm thinking of terms of, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you creating something, you doing something, and people are saying, like, okay, yeah, that's kind of cool what you're doing. That's tight. But you saying, nah, this is not good enough. You know what I'm saying? I could do better. Like, in that point, like, you are because nobody knows, like, your potential or your effort.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, maybe you can put more effort.
He says we're our own worst enemies sometimes, and sometimes it takes someone else to say something in order for you to fix the deficiency you are already thinking about.
Yep.
Yeah, you know,
good comment. Yeah.
I feel like it's just dangerous when these situations happen, and then, you know, these political parties or not even parties, these people that align themselves with the, you know, the left or the right, they kind of like jump on, you know, these situations and saying, like, okay, this guy aligns with us, those guys over there align with us.
Exactly.
I'm saying this is where the shit is dangerous.
Yeah, segregating
like,
shit.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
Exactly.
I'm not trying to feed into the shit no more.